Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Carmen Andrea Harris, the creator of Redefining Widowhood. So, in tonight's broadcast, the title of this broadcast is called Staying Down After Widowhood is Easy. This is how you get back up. So, in this broadcast, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips on how you can get back up after experiencing widowhood. So, experiencing widowhood can be one of life's most devastating blows. It can literally feel like you've been sucker punched and like someone much stronger than you has knocked you down on the ground. And once they've knocked you down, they begin raining blows on you as you hold your hands up, defenseless, trying to cover yourself. When it feels like this, like life has literally knocked you down and is raining blows on you, and you're trying to defend yourself defenselessly, it can be very easy to curl up into a fetal position, give up on life, and decide to stay down. But I want to share 3 tips with you to help you get back up after widowhood. So, tip number 1 is to get mad. And MAD is an acronym for make a decision. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make a decision that you're going to get back up. You can acknowledge the fact that life dealt you a devastating blow, that life has knocked you down on your behind, and that it's challenging to get back up. But once you make a decision in your mind that you're going to get back up, you're going to eventually begin to find ways to actually do that. Okay. Tip number 2, express your emotions and don't suppress them. Now, the way that you can express your emotions is by just making a conscious decision that you're not going to hide your tears. You're not going to tell people that you're okay when you're really not okay. You're going to embrace every single emotion on the journey. You're not going to feel guilty for smiling one day and having joy. You're not going to just try to suppress your feelings, especially with yourself, because if you don't keep it real with anybody else, you need to keep it real with yourself about how you're feeling. And some of the ways that you can express your emotions is you can journal. Okay. In the beginning days of my widowhood, like literally in the days after my husband died, I started journaling, expressing my feelings, talking about how I couldn't believe that this had happened to me and how I couldn't believe that this was my life. So you can do that. You can do journaling. You can also do vlogging. You can just hit record on your phone and record videos and express your feelings. And you don't have to share those videos with anybody. You can also do podcasting, kind of like what I'm doing now, just getting on an app like StreamYard, hitting record and getting your feelings out. And the beauty of that is that you don't have to share this with anybody. You don't have to share your, of course, you don't share your journal entries with anyone, but you don't have to share your videos or your podcast with anyone. Now, for me, I'm a naturally expressive person. I was an entrepreneur before my husband died, and I was very familiar with video marketing, and that was like my lane of grace. So I got on video as soon, like 3 months after he died, I got back on video, and I didn't want to talk about branding and marketing like I had did before. I wanted to talk about what I was experiencing because nobody around me could help me, and I had to get my feelings out. And that was like the natural flow of me getting my feelings out, hitting record on YouTube and literally just expressing myself without holding back, without inhibition, without filters. And it proved to be therapeutic. It proved to be cathartic. And in the end, it proved to be purposeful, not just for me, but for other people. And I want you to realize that a lot of you who feel drawn to the Redefining Widowhood brand and drawn to me, like, you're probably called to business ministry leadership, or you're probably already in business ministry or leadership. So just know that. And many of you are believers in Christ. So know that we don't grieve like the world grieves. That doesn't mean that we don't cry and we don't feel our feelings, but we have to know that there's a purpose to what we're going through, and that what we're going through is not just for us, but one day when you gather up the strength, you'll be able to encourage another widow who will unfortunately find herself in this same situation. Now, tip number 3, this is the last tip. As soon as you feel up to it, I want you to set a small daily goal and I want you to try to stick to it. Okay. Why am I telling you to set a small daily goal as soon as you feel like it? What this is going to do is it's going to help to build up your resilience. Okay. You're going to have to work on building up your resilience on your grief and healing journey because it's a tool that you are going to need in your toolbox on the days when you don't feel like it, on the days when you want to quit, on the days where you just feel sad and downtrodden and you're in your feelings and you're feeling like a victim. You're going to need this resilience. So as soon as you're able to build up that resilience muscle, I want you to do that by setting a small daily goal. And when I say a small daily goal, it could literally be as small as making up your bed every day, because those of you who have been on this journey for a while, or if you're in the beginning stages, you know that normal things that people do every day become abnormal for you in those beginning moments of grief. Like, you may go days without taking a shower. You may go days without eating. You may go days without even getting out of bed, much less making up your bed. So that's why I'm saying make a small goal as soon as you feel up to it and try to stick to it. And again, it could be making your bed, it could be sitting silently for 10 minutes. A lot of times in the beginning, you don't want to sit silently. You don't want to sit by yourself because that's when the feelings are going to begin to flow. You're going to start thinking, the memories are going to come up, the tears are going to flow, the feelings are going to come. But I challenge you to sit in those feelings because that is going to help you to intentionally grieve. And we know that you need to grieve before you can even entertain the thought of healing. Another example of something that you can do that would be a small goal every day is to read a proverb every day. That's something simple that you could do. I remember in the beginning, like I was so devastated that I wasn't reading my Bible. And that's something that I would do regularly. Like, I wasn't reading my Bible. I felt like I really couldn't pray. I did have conversations with God, like, God, I can't believe you cut me like this. Like, you cut me really deep and I can't believe you did this to me. But like my typical prayer flow, or like, getting into my Bible, I wasn't in that headspace in the beginning. So those are my 3 tips for how you can get back up after widowhood knocks you down. So as you're listening to this, if you feel like you want some help on your journey, I have a free tool. If you go to my website, redefiningwidowhood.com, you can get my free Right to Heal 3-day healing challenge. It's going to help you to it's going to help you to intentionally begin the grieving process. It has some journaling prompts that are added to it. And I think it'll really help you if you're having a challenging time, or if you just want to, take advantage of a free tool or resource to help you along your journey. So if you go to redefiningwidowhood.com, I'm going to leave the link in the description. You can actually take advantage of my free Right to Heal 3-day challenge. So thanks so much for listening. I will talk to you on the next broadcast. Peace and blessings.